Hi, are you a hard worker or are you a workaholic? Or are you saying, I'm not sure, I just can't tell the difference? Well, in this video today, I'll be sharing with you how you can tell the difference between being a hard worker and being a workaholic. Well, here are some signs that may indicate that you are a workaholic. And it's important to know the difference because researchers have shown that there are big differences between the two groups. And whereas a hard worker, you will still remain healthy, being a workaholic has devastating consequences on your health over time and even on your relationships over time. So here are some differences that you will be able to identify with. The first sign that you are a workaholic is that family members may have begin to complain about the length of time that you're spending at work. And so if you have family members telling you that your work hours are too long and that you're working too hard, it's quite possible that you have become a workaholic. The next point, if you are feeling anxious about being away from work, it's quite possible that you have become a workaholic. People who are workaholic are addicted to their jobs in the same way that alcoholics, if they've been away from drinking alcohol for too long, that they have withdrawal symptoms. If you are beginning to feel anxious because you're away from work, or maybe your wife or partner forced you to go on a vacation and you're on that vacation and you're just thinking, I should be at work right now, there are things there for me to do, it's quite possible that you have become a workaholic. We have an example of a workaholic in the Bible in the second Samuel chapter 11, and it's a story of Uriah. Uriah had time off work that was given to him by King David. Like, he didn't have to be in the battle. King David had called him away from the battle, and he had time where he could go to be with his wife. But Uriah said, how can I go and sleep with my wife or be in my home when there is a battle taking place? And he wasn't involved in the battle. He was off. He was off duties, but still he had to be at the king's palace. It's as if he needed a sniff of the workplace just to feel whole. And so he refused to take time off. And so people who are workaholics often have the feeling that I am indisposable. My men can't do without me. My co-workers can't do without me. But we know very well from the story of Uriah that he was disposable. And the same man who felt like he couldn't go to the battle because couldn't go home because his men were fighting, those same men continued fighting without him. So if you are a workaholic, you probably have these lofty feelings about being indisposable and things will fall apart without you. I have news for you that your workplace will continue just fine without you, and people will continue to survive in the organization even if you are gone. So if you're having this feeling of anxiety, it's important for you to realize that the time away from work, it's essential for you to relax, to recuperate, and to re-energize so you can continue to be healthy and productive. The third sign of being a workaholic is that work is taken away from other areas of your life. So your spiritual life may be suffering. Your romantic life may be suffering. Maybe sex life has become non-existent because you are so focused on the problems of work that you can't think about anything else. If you realize that the other areas of your life are being sacrificed for work, then it's quite possible that you have become a workaholic. And the fourth point is that if your thoughts are consumed by work, that's all you think about. You lie in bed and the first thing that comes to your mind is not your beautiful wife beside you, or it's time to have time to relax, the first thing that comes to your mind is, I wonder if I sent that email. I wonder if there's any email in my inbox. And so you go to your inbox and you begin to search to see if something new came in. This is a sign of workaholism, because your entire thought processes are being taken over by your work. In the same way that alcoholics and drug addicts, they spend every moment of their waking day thinking about their next high. Workaholics do the same. And the fifth sign that you have become a workaholic is that work has been affecting your sleep. Do you wake up in the middle of the night thinking about things that are left undone, that project that's becoming due, or something that you wish that you were at work doing at this particular time? If your sleep has become interrupted by thoughts about work, it's quite possible that you are a workaholic. While no single one of these points indicate that you're a workaholic, if you have several of these things that have shown up in your life, you are most likely a workaholic. So if you can identify with anything that you hear here today, I would suggest that you get professional help to begin to rearrange your life and to begin to put your life in balance. I would also like to hear your comments. So if you'd like to leave a comment about your experience or share your thoughts on this podcast, remember to leave a comment down below. And also share this podcast with others so that they too, if they're in danger of being a workaholic, can be helped by this. And remember to hit that subscribe button so you can be notified of future videos.